I'm a former doctor and who had been a prisoner of conscience for 10 years in Ethiopian detention camp, and then a victim of torture and a survivor of torture, and quite after a long time of suffering, I just landed up in the UK. If I might define TPLF, I was trying to find for what purpose they were created. Were they liberators? And I thought that they were not liberators, because when I was looking what was happening to the Tigrayan people, they created animosity with the Tigrayan people and Oromo people, Tigrayan people and Amhara people, the Tigrayan people and the Eritrean people, the Tigrayan people and the Somali people, and larger, broader people of Horn of Africa. What way you would describe yourself? You have liberated your people called Tigrayans, while you have created all the animosity, including the safety of their children. Hence, I've looked at what are these people in the prison. I was reading a book, and finally I came up with the word pogrom. Pogrom means an organized ethnic group for robbery. That is why they were building roads and they were looting as much as they could for 27 years, and they were doing a British imperial style of divide and rule. Whatever the divide they call now federation, it is not the real federation. It is the way the Brits have used to divide ethnicities and clans, and then after put one governor general, a white man from behind, and governed it and want something to look like a fake federalism. And so, if at all anybody would dare to say and argue with me, I would call it they were much more like colonizers. That is why they get support from those who have just put them even in place. If we tell the truth, they are quite good in cunning, and they are quite good in having external relations and fooling people who don't know them. These are hardcore criminals who are very ruthless, remorseless, and can do any crime. What stops them not to do as big as what the Nazi Germans did? Because they don't have the technological capacity or human power to do that. These people can do anything worse than fascist Mussolini or Nazi Germans if they get the right place, time, and resource. Actually, many people were being killed in Sabatenya, and I was taken there to be eliminated, and my survival from that very center was quite a miraculous. I was being fired at twice. They have done all their best to have an excuse for me to run and for them to fire at me from behind. While I was staying in this place called Sabatenya, or the 7th Squadron Air Force base around Redoa, I was just being tied my hand back for 3 months, especially during the night. They tightened me, and I was sleeping on quite a cement, and even not washed, and all sorts of things could have happened, but still it is for me a miracle how I survived. But while I was in that very center, they killed 7 people overnight in Horso. Initially, they tied their hand. This is what an eyewitness told me. They tied their hand, the stronger one and the one they called really should suffer most. They dug a ground, and then they closed them horizontally across what they dug. They placed one person in, and then another person in, hands tied. All of them, they packed one upon another. And then they shoot at all of them from the top. I cannot be sure that the bullet would penetrate down to the deepest or to the bottom person. So then after, they covered them with the soil. And that means the person at the bottom might have been buried alive, And for that matter, all of them might not have been killed with a bullet and they were buried alive. And this is a mass grave in Horso. I don't know how much the Ethiopian government has ever dealt about them. There is a mass grave all over the country, like the Anuak massacre, like the Ogaden massacre, like the Amara massacre, like what they have done to EPRP group in Gojam. Unless these people would be kicked back with force and they were being paid in the kind they have done to us, no Ethiopians, no Horn of Afrikaners would be in peace until they get the lesson they bragged about